What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of We Need to Talk. This is episode 423. Shout out to everybody listening, man. You know, busy day, busy week, busy month, but keeping the vibes high. Hopefully, all of you guys are in a positive space. Hopefully, you're getting what you need to get done, handled. Sending you all positive energy. And my apologies as well for the attempt before this to record this episode. There was some technical difficulties signal wise, but we're in a good space right now. So bet we in here. Good, 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 good. And as far as those comments, those signal comments, I synced that. I definitely saw that. So shout out to everybody who came through. Wilmer Black, I see you in here. Dawn, Nancy, I see y'all in here. So we're gonna get right to it. Appreciate you guys for coming back through. Tonight I wanted to talk about creativity and dating. Creativity and dating. Uh, for me, when we think of the single person, and when we think of, the person in a relationship, whether you are single, whether you are in a relationship, I do believe that creativity plays a part in not only avoiding loneliness if you're single, but also increasing the odds of longevity when you're in a relationship. So I'm a big advocate of focus, and I do believe that creativity does help in either arena. So let's say for the single person, I think that creativity plays a part because you have to creatively, your task is to creatively pinpoint the activities, the thoughts, the methods, the behaviors, the environments, the friendships that will enable you to activate internal happiness until you connect with the right person. So being creative with your time, creative with your activities, creative with your actions, creative with how you maneuver throughout the world, because in essence, you don't have a damn choice. It's either that, or you can remain in a state of longing, or a state of focusing on the lack. And I'm always big on focusing on what is there, what is attainable, what is accessible. And as I mentioned in previous lives, a lot of the elements that you do look for in that other person or in that soulmate are available to you in different forms currently, if you are able to challenge yourself to view life in a creative way. Um, and this also goes for once you do get into a relationship, the creativity doesn't stop. The reason is that even though this person may fulfill a certain role, provide a certain level of, support, a certain level of companionship, a certain level of, emotional nourishment, right? Which they should, which the right person should. If you're looking for longevity, if you're looking for keeping it alive, keeping the connection alive long term, there has to be some creativity utilized and prioritized within that process, because of the fact, and this is what I was trying to say when the signal was getting crazy, because of the fact that it's inevitable that in 2021 and beyond, there's going to be circumstances, there's going to be hardships, there's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be global events, there's going to be changes in the country, there's going to be a lot of busyness, shortages of time here and there. There's going to be different things to adjust to, several changes that you're going to have to adjust to as a couple, and it can be very easy to get overwhelmed. The average American is overwhelmed, what I'm saying, with just too much to handle, too much to take care of, too much to worry about, too much anxiety, too much emotional backlash from everything that's going on. And this is just one person, so you can imagine with two people trying to hold together a relationship on top of that. But where I'm going with this is that if once you get to that level where you are with somebody and you do want to take it far, there has to be a level of creativity involved to make sure that the emotional intimacy stays connected, so that also the connection becomes deeper as you progress time wise, as you stick, the longer you're with somebody, the goal should be to increase the connection, not just initially establish one and then sort of rest on that connection all the way through. I do believe in, you know, deepening the connection between you and that person, and creating different levels of intimacy, and trying new things, exploring new places, you know, um, and engaging in new conversations on new topics, and sort of trying different dating experiences, and locations, etc. Like this is something that is important, not just because of an avoidance of boredom, but more so to allow yourself to grow together and grow the connection there could, because when you think of growth, okay, there's the individual growth of maybe knowledge or self-awareness or etc., and then you can learn those things together, but you can also see each other in new ways, new lights, and re-experience each other to the degree that you're damn near redating that person. Um and this is what makes life amazing, and this is the reason I'm issuing this as a challenge, is because a lot of couples don't experience this between each other. A lot of times, just from certain couples that I've seen, or encountered uh over the course of time, there comes a certain point where things get regular, things get stale, or people kind of let go and just not really put a lot of effort in working against the tide. Because the tide may push you into a routine or into a normalcy that you may think is comfortable, but it's not the best that it can be. And I don't know about you, but I'm in this life for the best that life can give me. Single and in relationships. So in order to make sure that it's cultivated, and to make sure that it's something that's always carrying new life, there has to be a commitment on both sides to being creative and being open to different experiences, and almost re-experiencing different versions. I mean, for me personally, I try to constantly be adding and upgrading and changing, to the point where, I look back now, I don't even, the previous versions, you can pick different years or even different months where, there was a previous version of me that was different than now, just because, I try to always keep myself in a growth space, a growing space, an upgrading space. And it just really makes life amazing, and it helps you to, like I mentioned last night, continuously be realigned with your higher self and higher being by your partner, so you can constantly be triggering each other to just reach different heights, because a lot of times we think the ceiling is a certain height because we haven't experienced any higher than that. And I do believe that, single or in a relationship, the best of life is something that's well deserved by all of us. And it just takes that commitment on both sides, when you're actually in a relationship. So, but being single, again, you get to learn you and upgrade you unrestricted. As a single person, you really get to clearly define yourself and your identity, which for me is a prerequisite to finding the right person. So if you're still working on that aspect, or working on healing and things like that, you know, which we always should be in a space of doing. But I do believe that it's definitely critical to have that sense of, who you are and what you value. I think that's important too, to know exactly what you value, and to not accept anybody who's not willing to honor and value those things, because that's the baseline. You can't even get to longevity if you haven't clearly defined your values, and challenged yourself to be in defense of them, and making sure that nobody gets to connect with you unless they value the same things. And then from there, you have the beginnings of a foundation to build on. But creativity is of great importance, and something that should always be prioritized, just because of the fact that there's so many benefits. And this goes beyond just for my creative people. This goes beyond the craft, and which is why for creatives it should definitely be a priority, because it's already part of who you are and how you see the world. So definitely make sure to spread that amongst your own actions, and your own variety, when it comes to just experiencing life in different ways, and just creating different versions of yourself as we upgrade. So man, thank you guys for checking back in. I appreciate you guys as always. Anybody who's just tuning in for the first time, please make sure that you like the broadcast, share, and also subscribe, so that you'll be notified when I go live. Definitely click the link in the bio if you'd like to connect for any reason. And also, if you haven't gotten my book yet, that's available at the same link in the description box. This is the third. My first book turns 3 this month, so this is the 3-year anniversary. So much appreciated to everybody who bought the book, and who will in the future. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.